Okay. It's okay to ask for help from the good Lord when you are needing to earn a second income. There's the scripture, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. That's Matthew 7:7. So it's okay to ask God for anything. He wants you to ask him for anything. And it says in there that God does not get enough with he doesn't get annoyed with your persistence. He doesn't get tired of you asking for the same things over and over again, whether it's money, to start a business, to get help with your family needs, whatever it is. He doesn't get annoyed with it. He wants you to ask him for everything, every need. And think of it this way. When Jesus was walking the earth way back when, he helped the needy. He helped the sick. That's what his mission was. He wasn't helping the ones that already had it all figured out and all the money and the kings and the pharaohs, all of those people. He wasn't helping. He wasn't focused on them. He was focused on the forgotten, the lonely, the needy, the sick, the poor. Those are the ones that he was helping. So he wants you to ask for help, and it's okay. He cares about our practical needs. He cares if we can pay our electric bill or not. He cares whether or not we can buy food to feed our children. He cares if we have enough money to put a roof over our head. So it's okay to ask him for everything you need. And he wants you to, because in those times that you're asking, he's right there with you. Like today, I'm live streaming right now on YouTube. It's 3:37 Central Time. And I'm talking about Jesus. And you're there watching this video. When you're watching this video with you and me, he's here too. Because I'm talking about Jesus and what he's out here doing for us. He's here even though we can't physically see him. He came down after his life here on earth as a human. He went back to heaven and came down as the Holy Spirit. So now he's in all of us. So everybody walking around has Jesus inside them if they choose to allow him to be there. And us as Christians, we say, yes, we are a child of God. And so when we're walking around and we're talking about him and talking to each other, we're spreading his word and we're helping each other, and he's helping us through each other. So when you come across this streaming video and you've been praying for a way to make a second income, and he is allowing you to come across this video, it's an answer to your prayer. And this may be the first time that light bulb went off and you're like, oh my gosh, Jenifer, that is the answer to my prayer. So if you're praying for a way to make a second income and you're searching the internet because you want to be able to work from home, okay? So that's one of the things you're saying, Jesus, I need to be able to work from home. Okay, I don't want to go back to the 9-to-5 grind because I retired from that, just like myself. I'm 58 years young, but I retired at 57, and I don't want to go back to the 9-to-5. I don't want to have to go back and punch a clock day in and day out and have only certain holidays off and things like that, because I've already been retired a year. And if you're like me and you're retired, but you're struggling financially because you're having to dip into your savings every month to make ends meet, I mean, the cost of living has increased and everything, and so it's just harder to make it. And I'm just trying to make it till I can get to my Social Security. And I originally had enough money set aside, but life changes happen. Things come up unexpectedly, and I had to use half of my savings. So, I mean, and I had to do it at the time to keep my home. And so I wasn't ready to sell my house. And so I had to take this half of my savings and pay that mortgage off. So we get in situations, whether we're going through a divorce or we lost a spouse or we're single income. You may have two incomes, and you know how hard it is with two incomes and a family. But I'm on a single income. I don't have a family or children or grandchildren, but I'm still facing the difficulties because of the cost of living and all. And I live in a rural area where we have to drive further and everything to get to the store and to get, just to the grocery store and back. So it takes a lot more gas money than, a mile down the road in the cities. So, but that's my choice, to live in a rural area. So now I have to go back. I had to pivot because it's time for me to start putting back into my savings so I don't run out before I can get to my Social Security and that second income that I knew that was in the future. And I was hoping I wouldn't have to work, but life happens. And so now I have to find a way to make an additional second income. So when I was praying, I was like, Lord Jesus, I want to be able to work from home because I've already been off a year. I don't want to go back to the 9 to 5, because another thing is there's not going to pay me what I'm worth, because I worked for 24 years in a company, worked my way up, and, I had a good salary. So I don't want to go back to the 9 to 5 and work for $20 an hour and make $160 a day before taxes. That's not going to get me enough money coming in to put back that savings that I had to take out. So I'm praying to the good Lord, and I'm saying, please help me find a way to be able to work from home and with low cost investment. Okay, a low cost investment. Because I know that we have to pay for training. And you should know that too. If you're out there on the internet and you're searching for something to make an extra income, well, in order to learn it, you're going to have to go through some kind of training to learn it, because it's a new skill for you and me. It's a new skill to work out there on the internet. So we have to be willing to learn new skills. And the only way to learn new skills is to get a training and get educated. So I was like, okay with that. I knew, okay, well, the good Lord, I need to learn, and I need something that is beginner friendly so I can learn it. And so I had those criteria. Please help me to find something that I can do online that won't take a ton of money to get started, and that's beginner friendly. So when I started praying about that and help me find a way, I went out there on the internet, and because there was so much out there, I mean, the internet is such a vast place to make an income. I'm sure just like you don't know what to pick and choose. You're like, oh my gosh, everybody's talking about this and that, but they don't really tell you, and they do tell you, but they don't tell you. And you're going, well, what are they even doing? And all of this stuff. Well, when I kind of narrowed it down, they're doing digital marketing is how they're making extra money, is digital marketing. So I had to learn what digital marketing was. And so I started typing in searches digital marketing, and I came across a video just like what I'm doing now. I came across a woman that had wanted to retire. She was 55, I think, and she started doing this training and everything at 55 because she was ready to retire, but she knew she couldn't financially retire yet. And she was looking like man, if I don't start doing something now, I'm not going to be able to retire at 70, with the costs of everything. So she was like, I don't want to keep working in the same job I've got. I'm 55. I don't want to have to work another 15 years in this same job. So she started looking for a way to supplement her income, and she told us about it. And that's when it met my criteria. It was beginner friendly. She was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm learning how to do digital marketing. I found a training. It's beginner friendly. You can work from home. All you need is a smartphone and Wi-Fi. Okay, to do the job. And you have to use social media. And I didn't even know what that really meant. I mean, I knew about social media, but I never used it. I didn't use Facebook or YouTube or anything at the time. Like I said, and I retired at 57. I'm 58 now. And so I was like, okay, well, they said beginner friendly, so I'm going to have to learn how to use social media. And what is that other than I just thought it was a way to communicate with friends and family out there who just weren't, close by. But I was willing to do it if I could make that second income and still have flexibility. And the training also said once I learned it, all I would have to do is put 2 hours a day in to get the job done. 2 hours a day. And I thought, wow, if I can learn it and everything, and all I've got to do is put in 2 hours a day, that's like I'm still retired. I can still feel retired. So I knew that I felt like this was the right thing for me. So I prayed to the good Lord again. And I said, hey, I think I found it, Jesus. I think you led me to the right thing. And I said, I found this training. What do you think? And I had to get quiet and everything just to get, for me, a verification. And when I heard him say, cast your net, I knew that was my answer. That was my yes. Do it. And then he was going to help me make it happen. So I knew I'm doing the work, but he's going to support me through it. He's going to give me the courage to step out of my comfort zone, to do these YouTube videos, to talk to you during live chats out there on the internet. But I trusted him and I took action and I cast my net when he said to do it. And I invested in myself and in the training. And that's what you have to do. If you're out there searching for a way to make that second income, you have to be willing to answer yes to him and cast your net. That means you have to take action. And if it costs a little bit of money, the only way you can make money is you're going to have to invest a little bit. Okay? It's not an amount that's not doable. And you can pay it off. I mean, I just put it on my credit card and I said, well, I'm going to put it on my credit card, and as I make money, I'll pay it off. Or you can just take pay it all at that time and know that the Lord is going to support you and you're not going to run out of money if you trust in him. But you have to work at it. Okay? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's just like going to a 9-to-5, but you're not having to go to the 9-to-5. But everything that you do, you have to learn it and you have to implement it. So you have to be coachable. All right. You have to make content, just like I'm making this video. You got to learn how to make content, but you don't even have to show your face in the content if you don't want to. And that's what you'll learn investing in the training. So you've got to and then you've got to invest in the training and in yourself. You've got to believe that you're worth the investment. Invest in self. And then you have to implement what you learn. Okay? Then you got to implement what you learn. And when you do that, you get out there and you start creating this content and everything, and then you start making money. And you can keep learning as you're earning. And that's the beauty of it, is that you can learn and earn at the same time. But if you're saying to yourself, oh, no, there's no way I can do that. Oh, I'm too old. No, I can't learn. Well, then it's not for you. But you're not too old. You're not too old. You're not too late. There are 5+ billion people getting on the internet every day. Whether they're looking to get educated, just like I was, because I had to learn. And that's education. I had to get educated on how to use digital marketing and what it's about to be able to earn an income online and know where to put these videos, how to do them, where to put them, what to say. So I'm learning and earning at the same time. And then there's other things that you can do. There's, so you can use your passion and make a second income. And what I mean by that, say that you are passionate about training dogs and you want to help homeowners and pet owners train their puppies. Well, I mean, you can do a step-by-step. This is the basics, just how to get them housebroken, how to get them to walk on a leash, or to come to you when you call them, and stop, sit, stand, heel, whatever it is. You can do this and you develop this how-to and you can sell it on the internet. Okay. But you've got to learn the training so you will know how to put that and implement it, how to put it together, how to do the video. How do you list it out there? How do you get it out there so the dog, the home pet owners see it and everything, so they'll go, oh my gosh, that's going to help me so much, because maybe they wanted to train their puppy themselves instead of taking it to some weekend. Once a weekend you got to take it for a dog trainer for a little time, and it's going to take a whole month or whatever. And maybe they go, well, let me learn how to do that. I can do it from home. So they'll purchase your training. There's many ample ways to make extra money. The sky is the limit out there. Like I said, there's 5 billion people getting out there every day, and the internet is a big sea out there of ways to make an income, and it's not too many doing it. That's just like saying that the universities need to close down because they've already got too many doctors, lawyers, engineers, social workers, you name it. There's too many of them because they've been in business for years and years and years, and they're teaching the same thing over and over again. Well, that's not the case, because there's people born every day and everything, and they're moving up and they go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer. So the sky is the limit out there on the internet too. Okay. It's just another way to make an income and not have to go into an office every day. But just like going to college or going to cosmetology school or going, to learn how to be a mechanic, whatever it is, you've got to get trained. Okay. And you can get trained in digital marketing and make your income that way. And you can make your income using your God-given gifts to make that money. Like if it's baking, cooking, like I said, pets are your thing. Gardening is your thing. You can make money. Quilting, sewing, teaching people how to sew. I mean, there's a lot of young people out there that would love to learn how to, basic sew, and then they can work their way up and eventually go to college and get into fashion or whatever. There's all kinds of ways, but they got to start somewhere. So if you're a good seamstress and you want to get that, you can do some basics on how to start sewing and be a beginner, intermediate, and then an advanced sewer, the seamstress, whatever. You can put that out there, but you got to purchase the training so that you'll know how to implement it. And the great thing about when you purchase the training, you can also sell it too to get money coming in. And that's the beauty about this training that I found, is the founder of the training that developed the training and everything, she wants us to be able to sell it while we're learning how the other things we want to do. And so we can sell it and make 100% profit off of just selling the training. And you wonder, well, how does that happen? Well, she's got it set up that if we sell, and there's different levels of the training, so it's affordable for anybody. The levels of the training range from $100 up to $1,400. And so there's just different levels of what you can learn. So there's a 300, a 600, a 900, 600, and a 900. And so each one exposes you to a little bit more of the internet and what you can do. But just think about it this way. If you've got Facebook, you know how to use it, and you're using it socially right now. But you can invest in this training, and say you invested the whole $1,400 in the training, okay? And you get out there and you start doing your communication. You don't have to call people. You don't have to get family involved. You don't have to do any of that. But you're out there making content, and they're in this training, you're going to learn step by step what kind of content to make to get out there to reach customers and your customers. So in the meantime, if you want to sell the training, then if you get one customer a month, you've made $1,400 a month. All you have to do is get one customer a month, so one customer a month, the first time you've already paid back what you spent on your training. Okay, so now it hadn't cost you anything, and you're still learning. You're implementing, and you're seeing all the different ways to make money. But then the next month you sell another customer. Well, you've already made $1,400. Would that $1,400 help you that month put it back into your savings or pay an extra bill that came up? It would me. That's why I decided to do this, because you can quickly make money back. So if you sell $1,400, you made $1,400 that day. Okay, that day. Say that you got 4 customers a month. Okay, so you got $1,400, and you got one a week. So in a month, you got 4 customers. All right. That's $5,600 that you made that month. $5,600. Would that help you start putting the money back into your savings? And that's why when you get out there and you see people and they're saying, well, I made $30,000 this month. I made $5,600 this month. That's because they got 4 customers. And you have $5,600. And you're doing your Facebook content. You're doing your TikTok content. And then you're going, okay, well, I've made my money back, and now I'm learning this other thing. And golly, I've heard about these communities out there. These communities have recurring income. So you can start a community, and you're part of a community when you get going. You're part of a community, and we help each other. The community is here to help everybody. and we can help each other. So like if there's something we need to know, we can ask it in the community. We have live chats. You meet people that are like-minded like you, and they're there and they're learning too, and they're deciding what they want to do. There's artists out there, there's realtors out there, there's realtors that purchase the training so that they can learn how to set up a community, and then they can get people to come in and they can post their houses and everything in their community and everything. So there's all kinds of ways to make money, and you learn it through this training. But if you don't invest in yourself and you don't think you're worth it, then you're never going to get where you want to be, which is financially free. And if you could invest in yourself and believe that you're worth it, the good Lord is going to help you, just like he's helping me. And if you're seeing this video right now, it's not by accident. He's had you thinking, and then I'm popping up because you've been praying about it, and you're seeing me. You're like, okay, I've seen this lady, Jenifer, I've seen her 3 or 4 times in different videos. Well, how many times is he going to have to show you this is your answer? It's time to take a step. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, nothing terrible can happen if you invest in yourself and then you get started and say that you want to put it off for some. You've got it forever. And it evolves as things come out new. We're evolving all the time. But you can't be afraid to fail. And if you're trusting in the Lord, he's not going to allow you to fail. The enemy wants you to stay stuck, not the good Lord. He wants great things for you. And so do I. And that's why I'm out here making this video. Because I know that I listened to him, and I know I am going to be successful out there in the internet world, and I'm learning and earning. And I am going to do other things through this training. Matter of fact, I did set up a community. I wanted to evangelize for the Lord too. That's what my business is about, that faith and business can coexist. And it's okay to be a Christian and be a good person, decent person, and want to have money. Not all the wealthy people in the world are they're good people out there, and they're philanthropists after they start making their money. That's what I want to do. If the Lord blesses me with $1 million, $2 million, or whatever, then I'm going to give it back after, of course, my debts are paid and everything. I'm going to pay it forward and help other people just like you. And that's why I'm here. We can help people. And so I'm glad that you're out there watching. If I know that you're not wanting to chat right now, and that's okay. But the next time you see me live, please say something in the chat. If you have any questions, you can say something in the comments. If you weren't able, if you have friends and everything, and they weren't able to watch this video, then you can show them my channel, and they can watch it on live replay. Okay? But thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more about what I'm doing, say yes in the comments, and I'll get you the information. Okay? Say yes in the comments. If you just want some more spiritual guidance right now, then the Lord did inspire me to write a spiritual guide that's a little journal. It's short. It's free. I mean, all of the information I want to give you is free. Free info. Okay? Free information. So if you want my spiritual guide, it's free, and it'll help you discern more about what the Lord is calling you to do. Just say spiritual in the comments, and I'll get you the free spiritual guide. Okay? And you can also click in the description below my video. If you go to my YouTube channel, it's at Digital Income 50. If you didn't know, you can get to the link to my community, which is in school. And if you want to get spiritually nourished every day with just some devotionals, some spiritual nourishment, you can go to my school community, and my community is the Faith Casters Basket. The Faith Casters Basket. And it's www.school.com / the Faith Casters Basket / 8384. I know that's a lot, but it's at school. It's the Faith Casters Basket / and they're all dashes, the Faith Casters Basket - 8384. That's my spiritual community, and it's like women like us that just want to share our business ideas and our faith and everything. So if you want to know more, though, about the training or about anything that I'm doing to make extra income, I'm willing to be there for you and to help you in any way, answer any questions that you have. So all you have to do is say yes in the comments, and I'll get you the information on how the training. If you just want the spiritual free, they're both free. If you want the spiritual guide, just say spiritual in the comments, and I'll get you the free spiritual guide. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a blessed day.